Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I actually started 2 minutes early, but not so early because I was supposed to start 7:30, but I had a client meeting. So I thought, okay, let's start whenever the meeting gets done. And the meeting gets done on 9, so I started at 9:30. So all okay. I'm starting the session. Now, what is it about? Okay. Now, DS and Algo or data structure and algorithms. Okay. Why? Why I think is important. I mean, first of all, what it is. Okay, we'll discuss on that. Then, why we should learn as a cloud DevOps engineer. There's a debate also. I can also join the debate that do you even need it or you don't need it. Now, this comes that what about the current job market? Is it required to pass the interviews and all that? We'll come to that as well. Then, even if you learn this, what is the scope of all that in your day to day as a DevOps engineer life? Okay, and we'll come to that as well. Okay, let's the game started and all that. I want you guys to join in. Do comments from where you're joining, and if anything, any question that you have in your mind, feel free to ask during the session. And I'm all yours, by the way. No meetings, nothing. No call from family. No, like families are already there, so they will not call me. I asked them 1 hour, no disturb, so all fine. So yeah, go ahead and start asking question. Unfortunately, LinkedIn feed I will see on my mobile, so no worries. I will just open it and see anyone kind of okay have any question. I'll quickly check on the LinkedIn as well. So full free. YouTube is fine, LinkedIn is fine, anywhere is fine. Okay, I have no problem with anything. So don't worry. I'll just quickly go to my LinkedIn profile and let the okay. I see already one comment. Oh, hello Chirag bhai. Okay, how are you? All good? तुम आ जाओ Kolkata. We'll meet there. Or anyway, if I go to Singapore, of course, I'm gonna meet you there. So no worries. Okay. Now, I think it's how many people are joining. Let's see. Okay, plenty of people joined. So I will not wait you guys too long. I know it's Saturday evening, and it's not nearly night, right? So I will not take you guys too much time. Okay. So first of all, let's just understand what is exactly DS and Algo. Okay, and the moment I say DS Algo, it's a different words, different thing, but we call it combined. We'll come to that why I call it, but for now, just let's try to understand what is DS, okay, or data structure. Now, think about it, okay. You have files, you have data. Data can be what? Data can be anything. It can be, for example, your picture. It can be our as a DevOps engineer log files. It can be as a DevOps engineer configuration file. It can be your coding files. It can be absolutely any kind of data. And I'm coming to data means data. It can be anything. It could be formatted data. It could be non-formatted data. It could be binary data. It can be our database data, right? So all kind of data, okay. And if you ask me honestly what exactly DS, I will say it's just about kind of formatting the data, structuring the data. Like you can store data in very unformatted bad way, or you can store a data in very formatted, optimized such a way that it takes less space, or it can be more searchable, it can be more efficiently findable, or it can be more efficiently storable. So there are a lot of things, and as we move toward the series, and it's not a 1 day 2 day series, it's going to be maybe 2 3 month series, right? And daily video, okay, not a 1 day stop. So we're going to cover a lot in very details in a small bites, okay. So anyway, so now you understand what is data structure, right? It's just that you have data, you are storing the data, you are kind of design the schema, design the structure very efficiently, and you are storing it also efficiently. So that's all about the like basic data structure, okay. So that we store it in more efficiently, we structure it properly, so it can be, we can find it easily, we can operate the data easily. That is the end goal, right? That is the data structure. Now, in data structure you have for example, okay, I'll just give you, okay, you have pizza. In pizza you have say say cheese pizza, cheese burst pizza. You have what I don't know if pizza example will be good or not, but say pizza have different varieties, right? um, Now for example, this shelf, okay, I don't know if you guys can see my shelf or not. I hope you guys can see it. It's just a bit blurry because of the good camera. So if you see that my shelf have a lot of things, right? I can just store all this thing in shelf very haphazardly, and I can fit less inefficiently, or I can store things more efficiently, make it look beautiful, make it more efficient. I can add as many books as possible, and just for example table or shelf, we can compare like that. Okay, so now this is to give you a sense of what I'm talking about, the data structures. Okay, now there are of course many type of say as I said, different type of pizzas available, different of tables, different type of way to store data in say in books in shelf or things in shelf, right? So data structure also, you have a lot of kind of data structure. Okay, but the most commons are using, you are actually using day to day life, and you don't know it's a data structure, but it's actually data structure. For example, you use every single day array, right? And it's array, you just like more efficiently use, okay, we're storing, we have the lot of data, we are calling it as array, we have a lot of data, we're processing as array one by one for each, or could be any way you're processing the data. You're just storing the data in array in JSON formats, right? So that's an array, right? But that's a part of the data structure. So even you don't know all about data structure, but you are actively using every single day. I'm calling it the commons format. You're not using graph day-to-day wise, but whoever the DevOps engineer working with generating advanced graphs and all that, that's a different factor. But one way or another, we're actually using data structure in our daily life without even noticing it. We'll come to that in more details in our future session, wherever I show your tutorial. Okay, say, yes, Sandeep, I'm already using it, but you don't know it's a part of data structure. So we'll come to all that. Okay, so yeah, we are talking about the common structure. I'm just taking you here and there, but it's okay. It's just getting started. So common data structure, there is arrays, there is linked list, there is tags, there is queues, there is trees, there is graphs, there is hash table. These are the very common one. Okay, and for like say, if I'm covering arrays in a day, I'll be covering only arrays in that day, and I'll be covering how we are using array in our DevOps, which we're already using, but I will show you just in simple cases and some advanced cases. Plus, I will show you in Python, I will show you in Go, and I will show you in JavaScript as example. So because three language I'm working day and night, so this is the thing I can show you very efficiently there. Java, any guys, if you guys want to join in, collaborate on Java part, I will happily have you there. Okay. So that we'll have there. Now it's about the data structure. Now, what about the algorithm? I mean, what the hell? Like, if DevOps engineer, even if you ask me about 5-6 years back, Sandeep, what is algorithms? What the heck you're asking me? I don't know what is algorithms, but when I get to learn about this, I'm not. By the way, I'm not using from last 5-10 years. I'm using data structure algorithm maybe from last 1 or 2 years. That too because of my academics part, and sometimes I'm here and there finding, okay, I'm actually utilizing that already. Then people are calling it differently. I was thinking it differently, but I'm utilizing it. Okay. So what it is now, if I tell you, you'll say, oh, that I'm already utilizing. What? For example, you have logs. Okay. And how we store logs? We store logs. We keep the date. We keep the reasoning. We keep the type of the error. It could be info. It could be warning. It could be logs. It could be everything. Okay. Then what is the error trace and all that, right? So it's okay. By the way, log when you are storing logs, it's a data structure you're storing as a log. Okay, mind it. Then when you have lot of log, for example 1 GB, I have seen 1 terabyte of logs, which is not so uncommon, to be honest. I have seen many people actually now like I have seen 1 terabyte log, and that too, from that log I had to find meaningful data and generate graphs. That kind of work I did for an AI company. I will not take the name, but I did. So it was like hell if I don't use. I use this kind of algorithm, not even knowing I'm using it. But that time I was learning phase is good. I was also learning and all that, but which will help me to kind of do things more efficiently and less time taking. Okay. And when you're talking about solving all the problems, maybe we have 1 terabyte of data and finding one particular or two particular log data, you cannot just read all the 1 terabyte of data. That could be a disaster. The finding time, the complexity, the memory, and all that, resource optimization. What if there is a way, if I can somehow kind of not without accessing all the 1 terabyte of data, just somehow only the data that I need, particular date or particular data point or data type, or it could be data structure wise, whatever the data I'm searching. Then comes the algorithm. So what are algorithm? So algorithms are the step by step procedure or formulas for solving this kind of problems. Could be searching, could be modifying, could be some way to kind of solve a problem. We call this algorithms. Okay, and there are many kind of algorithm available, out of which one of the very basic that you are already utilizing day to day is the sorting algorithm. What kind of sorting algorithm? If you see ELK stack or any say just ELK stack is even big way. You just think about the normal CloudWatch. In normal CloudWatch or any those kind of service, you go, you search, you select the timings, right, from say to last 24 hours or maybe 1 week. I want to know how many kind of 400 or 500 error occurred, so that you can do root cause analysis. Or it could be what is the how much traffic load or how much active connection you have per socket or per maybe per HTTP request, all that. So all those data points, those are the data point, data structure that's stored in the CloudWatch logs. You want to find out the root cause on a particular thing. If you're keeping the CloudWatch logs, there you go and you quickly short the data, right? And then you maybe root cause and do root cause analysis, you do whatever thing you want, right? So we are knowingly, unknowingly, if you think very carefully, we are already utilizing the sorting algorithms, right? Then the search, I mean, when you talk about the sort, kind of we have to search the data also. So searching algorithms you're doing, for example, you have the data of maybe 30 days and you want to find the data of only last 24 hours, maybe some particular day, to find out something. Then also to do this thing efficiently, you can do search algorithm. And in search also, there are many kind of search algorithm based on the data type. It could be binary search, it could be depth first search, it could be breadth first search. So any kind of search there. Again, I'll be covering everything in a very simple, like layman way, because I am also a DevOps engineer. I know how hard it is to first understand very complex thing in a complex way. So my goal here is to make things simple, just like you and me. We're learning all that way. Then there is dynamic programming there. Then there is greedy algorithms there. Then there is backtracking. All this there. Okay, I'll talk about a bit the use cases of all this. Just the main parts. Again, there are graphs, there are advanced hashing and all these things there. So we'll come. Now, till I discuss all this. Okay. So what are the main benefits here? Okay. Now, the thing is that one thing is there. Is it true that bro DSL Python is really awesome, but do that that is thing. I mean, I'm not going to do that like releasing one and releasing 1 week later. That's not gonna work. That's why the daily series, small but small videos, maybe 15, 10 or 5 minutes, and daily wise. That's better. That's better in learning also, small size, because you don't have to wait for say 1 hour or 2 hour to finish the thing. Take your time, 5-10 minutes in a day, and that's it. You're done. So it will be that way. Okay, so no problem. Now, let's just come back to the discussion. Okay, I'm getting again on separate ways. Okay, so I mean, as a DevOps engineer, why you are going to learn all this data structure and algorithms? And I told you, you are using it without knowing it. Now we will use it, knowing it, and more efficiently. So first thing, optimizing the performance of say log searching, or maybe processing large amount of data, or it can be finding the logs. Okay, maybe when you're searching logs, your system getting hang, or it's utilizing a lot of memory resource, lot of CPU resource. Let's think how we can like optimize that particular code and all that, and how can we make it faster. And of course, I am preparing examples exactly for that also, so don't worry. Okay, then automation. Of course, I mean, by the way, I mean, as a DevOps engineer, there is no such DevOps engineer without doing automation. So you're doing already automation in every single way. Now think about doing automation more efficiently, using programming language more efficiently. Again, as a DevOps engineer, you don't, I mean, not even the startups companies or mid companies also sometimes don't care about how you just do things. They just want things to be done. They want some automation of sending notification, sending some alerts, sending some cron jobs and all that kind of. Just do it. Okay, it has to be done. How you're doing it, what strategy you're applying, are you doing it right way, wrong way, they usually don't care. But when I work with the large companies and I got scolded, okay, and nothing wrong, okay. I'm learning on that phase around 2 year back. That senior engineer is very good, who is very good at DS and Algo, and he said, what you're doing, this is the wrong way. I said, okay, this, let me know what I'm doing wrong. And then that guy was kind enough to teach me what I'm doing wrong and say these are the things you should do more efficiently, and I learned it. Okay, again, I didn't become a pro in 1 day or 2 day. That time it took me time to understand even what was trying to explain and do it in proper way, but I did it. Okay, and he was happy with the work, and I think he began more 2 3 projects, 2 3 months projects also. So what I'm telling is that when you're doing automation, you're writing script, could be a shell script, could be a Python script, could be a Golang script, it could be any script. Okay, so that scripts, how we can make it more performance oriented, more efficiently. We use the variables, we use the data structure, we use the kind of dictionaries, all that, right? In Python, maybe on other programming language is the data type that you use. Okay, so that how can we more efficiently utilize, we can think of more very sophisticated way, all those things we will learn about, will do as a DevOps engineer now onwards. Okay, problem solving, of course, I mean, if you have 1 terabyte of data and you want to find out particular day, particular error log, how can I do that fast way? So problem solving part also is helping. Then system design, I think, uh, by the way, as a cloud DevOps engineer, we do the system design. It's not like, say, there are external engineer coming in a startup company and doing the system. Look at us. We are the guy who design the system. We are the guy who design the scalable system. We are the guys who is doing Kubernetes cluster setup. We are the guys doing, say, load balancing, or maybe the deployment strategies. It could be any. It could be blue green strategy. It could be, rolling strategy. It could be shadow strategy. It could be, using, say, for example, any other place, and you're doing things, right? So we are doing all that. Now that we are doing the system designing, but why not do it more efficient way? So all these things will be, will be learning about how to do things more efficiently, how to do store data, how to structure the data, how to find, modify, say, process the data more efficiently. This series is going to be all about that. It's about how, as a DevOps engineer, we can improve ourselves, we can learn DS Algo, and more importantly, we can crack big tech companies. One of my main goal is to crack the big tech companies which say, as a DevOps engineer, cloud engineer, we need to know the DS Algo. And the problem is that we try to learn the DS Algo, but we cannot relate with it. Okay, that to be very honest, you try to learn, go to any channel or any courses, and you see they're trying to say umbrella or say this kind of linked list, at least it's okay, there is there, but how it's led to my work, if and they don't define it, and I will not blame it because that's not their problem, but our problem is, we if we can't relate with it, we cannot understand it, we cannot make it work for us. Okay, so as a DevOps engineer, since I am doing the series, so my goal is to make you understand what it is, how can it impact, learning it, how can you can make it your life easier, and you can relate with your work. That is the main goal, I think. Okay, so these are the things I'm going to discuss. Let me okay, I think a lot of question, and I'll go through one by one all the questions, and let's see if any question in the uh, okay, 4 question on the LinkedIn. So keep it coming. Okay, what is the value of, as I think Chirag asked that what is the value of learn DS and Algo for DevOps. I think I explained the most of it, so it's good. Ganesh Kabri, PhD, good work. Thank you, Ganesh. It's Andres. Hello, how are you, Sandeep? I'm doing good. How are you? Hope you're doing good too. So yes, let keep the question coming, and I will happily answer all that. I am all yours, no problem. My daughter also not calling. I take her here and there, so she's also happy. So okay. Some Shobha, I think. Thank you, Sandeep. Waiting for this. Welcome. Hi, Viresh. This algorithm related to MLOps. Now, see, MLOps is a bit different beast. Okay, it's about using machine learning to automatically utilize the resources or automatically optimize the things, creating, say, balance, doing the load balancing based on the, say, historical data, resource provisioning, all that. And maybe not in this series, we'll come to that later, but whatever you learn in this series, that's going to greatly impact your learning in the MLOps series. Okay, not now, maybe next year probably, because this year already my hands are full with this and other things going on. CNCF thing planning is hard to do MLOps also. Okay, but anybody doing it, like shout to them and do it. Okay, learn from all that. Now, does okay, good question. That does DevOps engineer need DSA in daily work? As I say, we are working with some of the DSA things, we just don't realize it. Okay, now honestly, you're again say you're utilizing it, you're not realizing it, but learning it no harm, and finding ways you can optimize our things is better. You're not you're not just say you're dedicatedly using DS algo, because when you are editing configuration, or when you are communicating with the say, team for something, when you are configuring the CI/CD, we are behind the scenes, because the system, the services that have designed the CI/CD platform, they are using this all algorithm and all that. We can make it, of course, better utilizing our intelligence and all that. And we'll come to say, unless I give you good example, I think again the more I say, you get more confused. So let's wait for the the series to get started. It's already getting started. Today is the opening of the series where I'm explaining all that, what is DS, what is algo, and all that. From tomorrow, when I'm say for example, tomorrow I'm planning to release the array part, and I'll show you the example. We're already utilizing arrays in different ways in our work. Okay, then you can start later. Okay, that is the important part. So yes, we're utilizing the DS and Algo in our daily lives. We're just not realizing it, and realizing this will make our lives better. Okay, now no, it's not even writing the backend DB logic, not dilated to. I think, yeah, you told that right, Vinesh. Yes, Vinesh. Um, Hi Piyush. Hi again. Great. Then I will add you for the Java parts. Great, Piyush. Okay. Is it true? Is it true, bro? JS and Python will really go awesome, but do very well. Yes, as I say, I'm going to do it daily, so don't worry. DS, Python really hot cake for yes, yes. So the thing is, yeah, Rust actually I run say recently. I'll say only 6 7 months. Kind of doing one production projects. That's very tough for me, also I'm new to this programming. But let's get started with the this Python and Go, and then we'll go for the say at least JavaScript. Also, I worked say many years already from the beginning as a PHP and JavaScript programmer. Right, so let's go Python and Go, and then the JavaScript. Rust part maybe when I do, or say Rust series, say learning Rust programming, then we'll do it. For now, not Rust. Okay. Can we prepare programming language question in JavaScript for jobs in DevOps? You can, but the thing is that the most of the companies that do hiring, okay, they prefer Python as a DevOps engineer. Mostly Python, or some companies prefer the Golang. Okay, JavaScript very less. Even though you're going to work with a company that have stacks and everything, or maybe full stack, whatever it is. Okay, everything they're running as a JavaScript, but they will still look for the people with Python on all this kind of things, both the automation on the data science part, automating the Kubernetes and this and that. Like many reasons are there. They go for either Python and Golang. Okay, but yeah, knowing JavaScript is good. Okay, because you join company, and if they see you know a bit of Python, you know JavaScript very well, and they're stacking JavaScript, then they will hire you. Okay, kind of having knowledge in JavaScript is good, but only JavaScript might be a problem for as a DevOps engineer. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Shovik. Said it's been 9 months. Okay, so Mr. Blank and employed. My previous role was DevOps. Where see market, like say when I, okay, by the way, when I started around say 12 14 years back, then I don't know your state. Maybe you're already okay. You have you could be experienced engineer, but when I started as a PHP programmer, then it was extreme tough for me. Even after doing the transition from say JavaScript programmer to cloud and DevOps was not easy for me. It was tough, but I make it happen because as a freelancer, I had the privilege. I say I had the kind of option to do multiple things, so I did somehow I learn it. Uh, but right now the problem is that if you want to find a job, you need to have not just one or two multi skills. Okay, and programming skills are kind of must. Okay, I think you might already facing, you're going for the interviews, and there is a DS DS and Algo round is there. My daughter come. I do. Acha. So you already see my daughter started started crying. So not for too long I might session, but yeah, let's answer all the question. So yes, programming kind of thing for clearing the coding down is important. So you should focus on that. Having only one or two skills might be a problem as a DevOps engineer. You see start the programming Python. If you already know is good. If you're not, then do it. Then infra as a code, say Terraform. Again, this is a common thing that any kind of company is looking for. Programming Python. Then there is infra as a code, Terraform. Of course, cloud, AWS or Azure or GCP. Mainly AWS and Azure. GCP, I don't see much work. Then there is infra as a configuration management using the Ansible and the Kubernetes. And I think that's the stack. Okay, if you have this, 3-4 things, most companies looking for you. Okay, again, of course, based on budget and all that, they select you, but just just give interviews. At least try. If one, not two, not three, not 10, 20, you keep giving. You don't know, right? So you should not stop. From 9 months you're not getting, I think you're not trying enough. Okay, I have seen many people who got laid off and they got job within same 1 week or 2 week, sometime 1 month. But 9 months, I think it's a problem. You should look at if you need more personalized suggestion, and I will suggest book a call. Okay, because I don't know your condition, I don't know what is your state. So you can always go to say do appointment. TopMate is very cheap these days, right? So you can just use TopMate to book things. Okay. Okay. So how much Groovy is needed to learn to go and do things? Okay. See, Groovy, by the way, it's not based on Go. It's on the Java. Okay. And I found Groovy is the beginning. It's a bit kind of formatted, like kind of looks very tough, but the moment you more work with the Groovy, and it's become like easy as pie. So of course, no relation Go with Groovy. It's Java thing, and Go is not of course related. So again, you don't even have to learn, by the way, Java. Go for Groovy. There is a documentation, even courses available. Even if you want me, I can just do a course. It's that easy, and just go with it. Okay, it's different for Jenkins with Groovy. It's different, and you just need to learn the syntaxes, how to utilize the conditionals, looping, and all that. That will be enough. Okay, there's a very basic thing. You're just syntax wise. Okay. Okay. See, what is the question from Anushman Nayak? How to move from support to DevOps? See, uh, it will be a tough thing. Most cases for folks coming from programming background or system admin background, for them also it's not too easy, but not so tough like for you guys. Okay, so you can come to the DevOps as a DevOps engineer, but you need to have all the skills, say programming skills, for example. Infra as a code, I say Terraform, cloud skills, system designing. Some, as I say, we do system designing. Startups don't have money to hire a DevOps engineer and a system engineer and this engineer, that engineer. No, they hired one engineer and ask him, you have to do it all. That is the reality of the startups company that if you want to work on. Now, big companies, mid-size companies, they have some form of team, but they are like pushing ball, tu lele as a thing. So think about that. You ultimately you have to learn about all this and do it. So programming, so infra as a code, configuration management, cloud monitoring, log analysis. Okay, Kubernetes, of course, these days all companies want to jump on Kubernetes, so you need to have all that. Okay, then only you will have all that. So okay, this question is that from Viresh. If I want to learn cloud platform like GCP, Azure, Oracle, how many core services you need to learn and name those services? Okay, so every, okay, not just about AWS, Azure, Oracle, every cloud have 5 components. First one is the compute. For example, AWS EC2 instance. For example, Azure it's the virtual machines. For example, GCP is the compute instances. Right. First is that. Second is the networking. For example, AWS call it BBC. Say Azure call it networking. That is important. Okay, the networking part. So computing, networking, of course storage. When I see I'm taking the order wrong, by the way, sorry. Is that first computing, then storage, because computing you store things, you retrieve things, you have that the SSD attached and all that, right? That thing, then the networking, and networking itself there is a lot of security thing included, but I will say security is a complete separate way you can do it. But network, and after that security. Now after that, and security, okay, by the way, security, what things are there? So security, you have say IAM, you have roles, like IAMs include the roles, by the way, groups, permissions, policies, all those things you have to learn. And of course there are many additional security features, like for example the encryption, decryption, for example this they say network security. Again, that comes to network and the security kind of combination, but that also you have to learn. Then for example, like storage, I told, like storage, two kind of storage, right? So one is uh, the temporary storage, I'll say file storage. Okay, that is you are attaching with the instances to for fast file storage and retrieval. Now there is files in terabytes, or files that you don't want to store in a volatile format. Like say you delete that instance, and for example you didn't turn on the on termination don't delete thing, and your data boom gone down. That's a bad thing, right? So there are additional external storage, for example blob storage we call it in Azure. There is AWS S3, right? Then that is there. Then the data you store, that data can be structured, non-structured, right? But the structured data, there is structured data, there is two kind of data, one the relational and non-relational. So for example say relational data, then use maybe AWS RDAs. Now these are the service of the cloud, right? But go with more generic, there is PostgreSQL, there is MySQL, there is Oracle, all these DBs are there, right? So you store these kind of DBs, and this DBs actually host on a different cloud service, and this cloud service provider call it by different name, but ultimately they are storing in Oracle, or storing in MySQL, or storing in say PostgreSQL, right? So that is the relational data. Then there is a non-relational data, for example a generic, for example MongoDB, right? So where you store data in a BSON, but kind of it's the extended form of JSON, which is the BSON data. Then that data you can do searching. See, now we're talking about again something about the data search in Algo. So data in database we store the data, and database, by the way, there is programming, of course, is the executable binary which do the search storing of the data in a particular data structure that you define, by the way. But they have their way to store the things. Then they retrieve things, they maybe you modify things, right? So and there is NoSQL DB, as I say, the MongoDB. Then there is say like there is a lot of say Athena. There is what do you call it, Cockroach DB. There is Dynamo DB from AWS itself. So there is a lot of option available. Okay, in say a for example GCP have the big table. So there are a lot of service. Okay, if I ask me the names and all, I will not remember everything. But there are things you can just go to Google and search about, compare the cloud services. You'll see a lot of people already share a lot of comparison thing. Okay, so you can refer to that one. I also did share say some months or years back. I also don't remember. But once you start working on things in a cloud, things, if you know about this, it will start coming back. If you don't know, of course follow the documentation of there and courses, and will learn about all that. Okay. Okay, see, covered everything about the system design and DSA. That will be next. I mean, see, this DS and Algo things are not something new. Okay? It's there. It was from the last few years, and it will stay for few. Not few. It'll stay for more years. It's just that things are getting improved. New things are coming. We just keep learning this. That's it. Okay. How can someone with experience in support can transition to DevOps with no job? You see, without no job experience, it will be tough. And the pay, see, if you, okay, there is a strategy, okay? If you do a pay cut, it's a strategy. It's not, I will say, it's optimal thing. It's the best choice that if you're that kind of desperate to, and you have the desperation, looks like, so it's okay. You have to, first thing, think about strategy as a pay cut, and you go to company, say, see, I'm making this much, I'm going to take lower than that just to learn about, okay, nobody gonna hire you if you have zero experience, zero skills. So you have to develop the skills. For example, as I told you, say coding, system administration with Linux and Windows. Then there is shell scripting, PowerShell. Learn about the Azure Active Directory, or maybe AWS Azure Active Directory and all that. Then you learn about, say, influencer code using Terraform, Ansible. And I'm calling it repeatedly because most of the companies asking this thing. If you go and I can challenge you, search for 20 job posting, and see what are the common things. Whatever I told you just now, that's the common thing they're asking. Okay, Kubernetes is good things to have if you have a CK certification or CKAD. I say CK is more than enough. If you have a CK with all the things told, you will be in a much more better position to get the job than the rest. So have those things ready. You might have chance. Of course, you have to consider either a pay cut, or because you don't have experience. Like they are hiring. They are willing to pay money for the DevOps engineer. They don't want something less than DevOps engineer. But you are a support engineer. You want to crack the DevOps engineer, because if you join the DevOps engineer, then you work for few years, you can, whatever pay you're making a support, you can double into that, right? So thinking about that, you can just do a slight pay cut and join to a company, work for 2 years, then you make a switch and make double your salary, or maybe 40 to 60% of at least it will happen. Okay. Good question. So someone saying I work Splunk for log analysis. I've done mixed already and bit of AWS CloudWatch. With this way to analyze, create dashboard, solve incident. So if I learn, see this Splunk, this New Relic, new AWS CloudWatch, nothing free, right? They're costing you lots of money. Why? Because you are paying for it and all that. We're talking about solving by ourselves. We are developing our system solution which can save the company money. If we go to a company, if I'm already working for a company, for example, I'm telling my company, and then of course they will listen because I work for many years with them. Now I told them, see, you're spending $1,000 on the Splunk, or thousand, say $100-$200 on the AWS Cloud ECS and all that for the log analysis. I will build a system that will do this, and with a fraction of cost, maybe $1, $2, $5. Who think they will let you work for the company, who will make you praise and make a better appreciation, all that, right? Because you're generating things that's adding a value, right? So of course there will be like those guys. So talk about, like, say this solution, whoever developed, they hired big engineers to develop the solution using DS, Algo, whatever the things are there. They just develop it with a lot of engineers, right? Now of course they will charge for them to recover the cost and make profits. So, and these are the useful things. But if you want to, like, don't want to pay all the cost, if you want to make saving for the company, you ask the company that you, or say you convey to the company, I can develop tools, you learn, you experience, your value is getting increased, right? So think about that way also. Okay, of course there are tools, but why don't we build our tools which can make life easier and the reduce the cost? Because this things, nothing is cheap, you know that by now. Okay. So I learned basic Linux, did small project and shell scripting. How further learned in depth? I tried Ansible. Okay, no, it's not. By the way, nothing is difficult. We beat Ansible. I don't know if you know. I don't know if you have a book or not. Okay, I will show you a book that I love to show. And see, I have a lot of books. Okay, I read a lot of books, because sometimes when you see videos, you might not find things, and they might not cover all the things. Okay, so there is a book by Jinish. Genius, I will call it Genius. I don't. This his title is a bit complicated for me also. Mother Pavan. Say, just search by the Ginish. GINSS. It's Ansible for real life automation. This book. Okay, I think you guys can see it. Maybe it's a bit, the mirror effect is problem. But search in Amazon about Ansible for real life automation. This book is so well written. Now I learn Ansible in more practical way. The client asks me, Sandeep, we have 20 servers and we want to patch, restart, and do kind of maintain, analyze and all that. Sometimes things are not happening. Maybe facing problem for the patching and all that. Do develop a solution using Ansible playbook, and I did it. Okay, so, and also another additionally I think I did was adding the users, changing the password, doing the MFA for the system users. So say if it's they're joining the system, they have to enter the OTP they receive on the mobile. Okay, from in the terminal console. That kind of thing I developed. So those kind of thing I did by the Ansible. Okay, and with Ansible and some additional tool, but mainly the Ansible did that job for us. So this kind of book, like say Ansible for real life automation, and there is many courses also available online. I will say, look, when you go for the books, look at the books that are adding value like this by Jinish, and there is courses where the most people enroll. Okay, and even if you go to my like I did the Ansible, I think maybe 3 4 back, I don't know, 3 year back probably. Okay, so you can refer to that, not so latest, but at least you can make it I make it look easy, so you can learn from that. Okay, I hope you will find easy. And there are many people doing the courses. I don't know who is doing what, but if you're finding it difficult, not now immediately, at least for next 2 3 months, I'm going to focus on the DS and Algo series for DevOps and the CNCF thing, and of course advanced DevOps including AWS use cases. But yeah, I will try to see if I can somehow find the time and make things more easier for you. Okay, but there is already resource available. You might be finding resource that is already too difficult to make explanation, all that. But yeah, I think you refer to this book, Ansible for Real Life Automation, and say in Udemy, go for the Ansible masterclass. You'll be good enough in. It'll be very sound in Ansible. Okay. 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 I think okay. Okay. How to get an actual hands-on experience to project. See, that is one thing. The thing is that you learn things. You don't practice things within for 1 week or 2 week. You start forgetting, and that's a common story. I think most of the DevOps, clouds, even programmer also. Okay, this is the common story for them. So what I suggest is that if you have time, like not like me, I have baby and all this, I have to take care of that. I have to handle a lot of additional thing, my side businesses, right? So I have to do all that. But if you don't have all these things, why not you, for example, simply go with the say find in the freelancing websites, and there you see the common use cases. I think I okay. Viresh, by the way, fifth one I missed. Okay, so compute, storage, network, security. In storage is the storage is okay. Storage you can cover that one. I think compute, storage, networking, security. I think fourth one. Maybe I mistakenly called the fifth one. Sorry. So yeah, this is the main one. So compute, storage, networking, and security. Sorry, I told it five, but it's supposed to be four only. Sorry, my side. Okay, there is no fifth one. I think it's storage part I confused, because storage you have the normal SSD storage and the external. Okay, if you want to add the fifth one, call it databases. I confused that part. Okay, so it's okay. So call it compute, storage, networking, security, and the database services. Okay. Now let's. Okay. Now what is that? You start over the path. We'll go AML and DevOps. Why? And how we'll learn everything about in documentation, Udemy, or the paid courses. Basically, want to know how to learn. So the thing is that okay, if you ask me what are the option you have, if I'm crazy good at the mathematics, I would have gone for the AML. Unfortunately, not that fascinating on that. So I'll choose DevOps. If I would have been good at the mathematics, I would be of course ML. I mean, who don't want to become AML engineer? You make tons of money, right? So of course you lack in something, that's why you cannot become. But if you are good at mathematics and statistics, I will just go for the AML. If you're not, then think about the alternative. For example, DevOps. Then how about learning the documentation? So what I do, I make it habit to learn the from the reader, because most of the time at the beginning of say my programming days, I found difficult because things are already there, documentation is already there, but I didn't read the documentation. And when I go to senior, they scolded me, Sandeep, it is there already. Why are you looking? So why are you looking? So there I say, okay, I have to read the documentation. So before even I go ask my seniors and all that, I go to documentation site, I search about the particular term, most probably find it, or I go to Google, and there I search about say that particular issue or the thing. Most probably in Stack Overflow or any blog, and I got the thing and I make it solve. That's how we used to did the things. Now with the help of Chat GPT, say Udemy, and all those other things, you have the advantage of Of course, it's a negative positive side. The negative side, you have too many resources to choose from, and positive side, you have so many resources to choose from. So and so many quality resources to choose from, right? Now, uh, if you want to learn in this stage with all these too many resources to make the decision, which is confusing, I will say uh, start from the free courses, okay, to see that if that work, if the free courses make you understand good way, you are good already, right? If you think free course is not enough, there's some lacking, you are not understanding properly, then you go to Udemy. You know, Udemy, you search about the particular topic, for example Terraform. Now Terraform, the moment you search, you will see many courses, how to choose the best one. See what is the latest, say, date, maybe you're searching in 2024, so in 2024 or 2023, of course prefer 2024, what is the course that got the maximum reviews, or say maximum positive reviews and maximum enrollment, you should go for that one. It's good, that's why people enrolling in that. If it's bad, people will say bad about that, there's a bad reviews, right? If it's good reviews, people are enrolling, this is good one, so take a chance in there, okay? And so this is usually I select the courses, okay? I select first it, search in, say, YouTube, then I go to different articles. If that is enough, if I still not make it, I have to deliver things fast, I don't have much time of weeks and months, I go for paid courses in, say, Port Cloud, or for example Udemy, most probably Udemy, okay? There I purchase the course, I follow the course very minutely, very focused way, I learn things and I deliver things. That's how I used to do. Now, how much Golang we have to cover? See, there is nothing is enough, by the way, because you see, Python is very vast. Any programming language is very vast. It's not like you can learn everything, but if you learn the basics, or say the syntaxes, basic looping, basic, I'll say threading part, or say concurrently running things, and this kind of say data handling part using particularly JSON, and then say external database libraries, for example PostgreSQL, MySQL, and say MongoDB. Those are the things are basics. If you learn that, you get a project, work on the project, develop the APIs, integrate the front end, integrate the mobile app application, do login, log out, sessions, security, do all these things, and you will become a very good DevOps engineer over the time, not immediately, okay? It takes time to learn, to implement, to find what you did wrong, fix it, improve it. It's a long process, and it will take time. So take your time, do it. After a few years, you will not become a very expert, but you will be in a good position. You'll become a good DevOps engineer, okay? It will take time, that will do it. Mm. Okay, so what is that? By the way, only 15 minutes more. So add your question. I think LinkedIn guys will be a bit kind of angry because I didn't answer their question. But I see, okay, not many questions. Good thing. So I will answer there also. Hmm. Now, uh, okay, so is SRE role a next career step for equivalent? Listen, SRE is a subset of DevOps. Okay, so in SRE, the more focused on the site's availability, you have the SLAs and agreements to make sure site and service are available, making sure your site don't go down. Focused on monitoring and issue resolving. While DevOps, you see, it's much more focused on the communication from dev team and the operation, or maybe if you're handling and there is no ops team, then you are the operation team, do everything, handle everything, and then you do the cloud integration, designing of the system design, as I say, the entire infrastructure system design, implement via the Terraform or the cloud formation, or could be Pulumi, whatever is the thing that you choose ultimately. Then you do the system automation, or say configuration management via the Ansible. You do implement the monitoring. So of course something might overlap, but the focus is here that you do all that as a DevOps engineer. You are doing the, say, communication between teams and collecting the requirements, building system, where the sole focus of SRE is to make the system available, keep it available, no downtime. That is their mantra, okay? So there is, of course, DevOps engineer want also the no DevOps engineer want the system go down, but the focus is to development, taking care of the development part, say designing the cloud system more efficiently, see everything like more bigger scope for SRE. the scope of the scope should be more than making the site more available and issue solving part, and of course some things. Now what happening these days, even though you get hired for the SRE, you will be doing almost every responsibilities that DevOps does, and if you get hired as a DevOps engineer, you will be doing every single responsibility that the SRE does. So even though definition wise a bit different, but you ended up doing the both. So nothing kind of out of ordinary. Okay, so for Shoaib saying that not good at programming, can learn it, but how to apply the logic? See, nobody at the beginning is good at the programming. Uh, so when you basically start, nobody is good. You start learning programming, then you have to build the demo projects. Now demo projects you can find in, say, GitHub, in Google. You search about like lot of sites giving you ideas what to build and how to build. Then there is freelancing site to see what is the practical challenge people are facing, which they're willing to pay for. You just make a demo of it or dummy of it. Those are the things you practice, because you learn programming, you don't practice, you don't apply that to a real project, you keep forgetting. Okay, so that's the thing, you have to practice a lot. Okay, so how much Golang is required for the DevOps engineer? At least enough to write the automation scripts. Now what is enough, you don't know, but I will tell you. It's about the basic syntax you should know. It's about the how to run the, say, log processing or say file processing concurrently. So concurrency part you have to learn. Then dealing with the JSON data and dealing with the databases, that should be enough, I will say. But there are a lot of things, but when you keep working as a DevOps engineer, you have to deal with that say Golang. You'll get used to it. So nothing special. Um, okay, if you have used 3 or 4 tools only, what tools you would choose for any kind of automation? That's a good question, and that's a very good question in the sense, if you know only, for example, if I know already Ansible or say already Terraform, now the requirement coming, my default choice going for the Terraform. Now if it's, for example, AWS and they want to, they have an engineer, there's many things matter. Okay, if for example it's a team that you're going to work for, there is 2 3 engineers already good at the Terraform, then using the Terraform will be better, because you can distribute the work, you can make things happen easily, if it's possible to sharing the work, by the way. If not, that you are a kind of individual contributor and you have to take care of your kind of your responsibilities, kind of you are the owner of that particular task, in more simple language, then you have to deliver it. Now there you have a choice, whatever the thing that you prefer you can go for, but it's a team environment you're working. You have to see what is the team is capable. If the team is good at the cloud formation, you're not, then you should become more capable of the cloud formation and join the team. If the requirement itself is a Terraform, you do it, you ask the company that, okay, I need more Terraform engineer if the workload is too high. So it depends, but it's said that if you know particular tool, you're good at it, and the works fall into the category, you choose it, see the team and then make the decision. Okay, there's not the one single factor works here, it's a multiple form factor works here, and based on that you make a choice. Okay, for example, your company have only one engineer, that is you, and you know already the Terraform for infrastructure automation, like what to do, you do whatever you want to, right? So that's the thing, it's all because of the team resource thing, they choose the most of the things. Okay, by the way, so for example, you know the Terraform, Pulumi also does a similar kind of thing, but you're not good at the programming, right? Of course your choice move to the Terraform, right? Now, okay, so you have a lot of okay, so what is that, what is your favorite book? I have a lot of books, by the way, and I completed all the books. Basically, Jinesh, like, he was so generous, he signed the book for me, so I read his book fully. So yeah, for Ansible, I will prefer this. For Terraform, there is Terraform. I did hands-on Go program Go Terraform. I did. I think I forgot the okay, Terraform up and running. Oh yeah, because I read the book, I forgot the full name of the book. So there is Terraform Go and running. So anyway, I mean, I will not waste you guys' time. It's already weekend. So what I will do, I will write a separate post on LinkedIn and saying that what are the books that I have and I read it. I like it, I don't like it, I'll share. Okay, so no worries, I'll do that. Okay, what is the next question? My problem is speaking English. And see, you're talking about I'm good, but I'm very bad at speaking English. Honestly, if I tell you, because I'm not a native speaker, by the way. You know that I'm a Bengali guy, right? And Bengali guys, of course, and I'm not from an educated family. I'm the only, just to give you a hint, I am the only educated person in my entire family generation who built this asset, cars, and everything. We had nothing. Okay, so we are kind of from Jhopar guys. There we built the empire. So it's not like that. I'm just like you probably. Okay, I don't know what financial skills you have, but I don't know. But if you are thinking that English speaking is really a problem for you, it's not like that, because if you join a team, you keep working on, it's something that will happen naturally. But of course you have to, it's not like you go to workplace, people speaking English, you force them to speaking Hindi, then it will not happen. You have to adapt to things. If they're speaking English, and you want to speak in English, try. Even if it's a broken English. By the way, when I join as a and this is a very good topic, when I joined as a fresher, my senior sometime talked in English. He was very kind guy. Okay, when I'm not able to speak that much good English in front of him, he say, okay Sandeep, in Bengali he's explaining, even though he's a non-Bengali person, he's a Hindi guy. He simply started talking in Bengali just to make me comfortable. Okay, there will be those kind of guys, okay, who is okay either way. So what you should be trying, if you have a job is good enough. If you don't have a job, that's a problem. But um, there are ways. Okay, there are many ways. For example, this Toastmaster things, there people go to learn English, and I know many companies in Kolkata actually they are part of this kind of thing. So that is there. Then there is different English speaking groups are there. You can go join online groups where the English speaking practice do it. Like they may be from Arab. I did actually. I used to talk with the Arabian guy who is teaching me Arabian, and I don't know the exact app name, but I did around 9 years back. And I was planning to learn some Arabian and some those things. And that guy teach me Arabian. That time I forgot unfortunately, and I was teaching him English. So it's okay. You'll find different ways to learn things, but most probably is that two things you can do that will make you professionally speaking part in English. It will be good. First thing, again, I'm not a very good English guy to give you gyan, but what I did as a no, like say noob like you at one point of time, which make me improve a little bit. Okay, I will not be that good, but I'm okay. I can talk with my clients overseas. I can talk with any guy that face me and they don't know anything about, except English, and I can talk in English. So I can talk. I can do the conversation fine that way. So you go to office, or say when you walk with talk with colleagues, or say maybe fellow students. If you try to practice there, it's good enough. Otherwise, when you start working in a company, even if it's broken English, you try to talk with the client, because client, they don't want the fast English speaker. Okay, and when I talk with client, I don't speak that fast. I do speak very slowly, because they will say, Sandeep, slow down, you're going too fast, man. So try to speak English slowly. I have negative part on that. I'm still practicing. Try to speak slowly. Try to mean what you try to say. Okay. Practice. There are many English speaking classes are available there. I did from the Ramakrishna Mission in Belur area. So you must have any coaching centers. You can practice that also. So there are many ways to do it. Do it. You might not become 100% perfect, but at least making it work is enough. Okay. Not no hard feeling. Just learn it and practice it. Okay. DevOps engineers required to learn MLOps. See, again, so machine learning, so MLOps, what? MLOps is machine learning, and plus including the operation side. Okay, so you automate the operation based on the past data, and machine learning do the decision making, right? So there are many tools, there are many way. For example, AWS have this cost optimizer thing, which learn based on your machine usage pattern. It recommend what instance need to be terminated and what to be improved. Okay, those kind of things you do, and there are many tools, many use cases available. You have to do that. It's not kind of required to be DevOps engineer to learn MLOps. MLOps is a separate beast. You can enter separate department. Something overlap. Those things you can make it common, but it's a bit of different. Okay. Um, from Rishira, that I have never seen an JD asking DS or developer. Yes, good thing. Okay, if you know DS, some LLD HHD person can go SD2. What is the point in DevOps engineers? It's a very good thing. Even though JD is like no DS, and see, I'm working for DevOps engineer for last many years. I never seen a single kind of DS thing. Again, we do DS kind of things, but without knowing it, first of all, for the automation, for the scripting part. But nobody in a normal small farms or say small companies never ask DS. Otherwise, they will not hire a guy, the DevOps engineer, right? So if you try to join in a big companies, for example AWS, you go join there, and without DS they will not even see it. Okay, so there is machine coding down, there is LED round is out there. You go for Meta, you go for Twitter, any big companies. Okay, there is DS. So as I say, in my LinkedIn post also, when I share about that job part, like, you don't have any JD, you don't see any DS and Algo. But many companies, if have seen the shift, even though they're not mentioning that there is a DSL required, they're giving challenges in either lead code or a similar kind of platform where you have to clear as the machine coding down. I say something, WTF, what happening? I mean, you never mention it, but now if I want to get the position, I have to clear this. I cannot say in front of them I'll become a bad guy, so I don't tell this. But I have seen specifically for the senior engineers, not for the junior guys. For senior engineers these days hiding, I am observing, which is one of the reason I'm improving my DS skills also and algo skill also, because I want to crack big companies, and big companies asking for the DS algo in DevOps, which is not purely required. But okay, we can optimize things, we can make things better, we can make our scripts better, but it's not a absolute requirement. Still, many companies kind of, even though don't mention it, they're making it mandatory as their interview process, which is bad practice, I would say. But this is what it is. You have to survive in the market, right? So that is one thing. And then all the big tech companies which are openly saying, look, you want to join big company, you have to do DSL. So this two kind of thing happening, which you can also observe. I think if you're observing, you will observe it for sure. Okay. Now, next question: how should I learn hands-on in? See anything. See, first of all, AWS have different training site. They give that. Then there are many for the Wish Lab where you can get a lab also. So you can go to their lab and you can practice it better if you can just have your own kind of your own AWS account. You practice there, and of course, don't forget to terminate all the resources. Otherwise, you'll get billed. Okay. So practice. There is no other question. If you have a real client where you can apply this, that is better. Real business case, their business logic implementation, that will be better. Okay, welcome. And then let's see. How to pick? Okay, how to pick projects where you can. How to pick where to pick the tasks. And so I should do hands-on Python project, because learning course is not. Yeah, I mean, as I said in the beginning or maybe in the mid also, that learning things, if you don't practice for a week or two, you will definitely forget. So you have to practice. You have to do learning in public. Many YouTubers, many people who are good at that, doing making good, they're telling, they're not joking, they're telling the right thing. You do learn in public. Then you write article blogs that you're learning, that will help you organize your idea, to data structure your brain. Okay, to organize the ideas in a written format, take notes, do your gist. GitHub have the gist page, right? Make sure what you're learning, make a gist and note of that. Then for the practicing part, you go to Google and search about the sample projects. For example, I mean, I was one the last yesterday only, one kind of student came to me to meet. He commented on LinkedIn. You want to he's in very confused state about, say, career and all that. He's a Frisian face grad. Okay, Ritam. I can say, I should not say the name wrong. Let me give you 1 minute. Okay. Yes, I didn't tell the name wrong. Rhythm, and I was explaining that I am working in my studio. I have the Raspberry Pis. Okay, in those Raspberry Pi, I experiment. Still, I do it hidden way. I don't make it as a YouTube video. I used to do it. I think 2 years back I used to do make this IoT videos, but after that I didn't make it. I didn't have time after work. But when I go to studio, if I have a 1 hour, I do experiment with my Raspberry Pi, learning K3 and say run that, or maybe I want to do Kubernetes cluster implementation with my 3-4 Raspberry Pis. I do kind of do client application in Go and try to have a server application. I do that communication experiment. I do a lot of things. Okay, to practice even at this age and experience level. I don't share it much, but I do it to keep my practice alive. I can do it in the cloud. I have all the resources. I have the money and everything, but I also forget things, and you're not that get it everything right. So you tend to forget. Isn't better do it experiment in the Raspberry Pis or say laptops where you have the less risk, right? So what is my gist is that you try to use whatever the resources you have to practice. It can be your laptop, it can be cloud that you want to practice, it can be say finding the projects from the Google, it can be find the project in the, say, freelancing sites. Wherever it is, find it, practice it, do it publicly, do it, store in the GitHub, make a blog post about that. That is the way you can, your practice will not go away and you will can kind of be in that loop. Okay, so that is important. Okay. Okay, thank you so much for answering all the questions patiently. Just request once you get some time. Yes, yes. So the thing is that DevOps playlist, that was what happened. I made DevOps, say ready, Ansible, Jenkins, this and that. Again, when I'm repeating, people saying, reaching out to me, Sandeep, you already have the full series on the Jenkins. Why are you making same content? And say it's a Jenkins, you have advanced use cases. That is fine. So you can make a different playlist. I say, okay, then I will. What I'll do, if you go to my YouTube channel, already lot of DevOps videos are there, and I made a 2023. I think 2 or 3 videos pending that I will maybe do it sometime, because a lot of it's already available. So I thought, okay, it's already available. Why to make things like reinvent the wheel? So that's why I stopped. But some use case I found which is good, I will try to accomplish there and make the videos. Okay, so don't worry, it will be there. And there is already a DevOps place in my channel. You can refer to this. Already probably 10-15 videos is there, you can refer to them, and I will of course keep making the new videos. Okay. I am okay from Avai. I am complete beginner, wanted to start learning DevOps. So if you go to my LinkedIn and go to the article section, I have already given a very detailed with courses, links, free courses, paid courses, all kind of links. By the way, I don't do affiliate marketing. I don't sell shoes, stocks, and anything like the recent influencer doing in the LinkedIn, kind of like a fish market. They can sell anything, even themselves, to make money. I have no such intention. I'm doing good in my project based thing. Even sometimes some marketer reach out to me, funny story, and they're saying that, Sandeep, you do sell this academy thing. I say, bhar mein jao. I'm not interested. Realistically, I'm not interested in selling bad courses to innocent people. I can make money, but I will prefer to make money in the project better way, white money. Okay, you do that dirty money. You have your own influencer, ask them do it. They, again, I'm saying, they will sell themselves. I'm not into it. They are making money from themselves, fine, but what is the issue? Okay, the courses is that they never seen it, is bad courses. They are just doing the ad because they're getting money out of it, money out of the clicks. I will say, be aware of those things. Free courses you should always prefer. Udemy is there. I mean, that is more than enough most cases. You need more personalized thing, then there are already top made and all this kind of it's a code cloud is there, which is very good platform, by the way. I'm very tired fan of that. I didn't meet Mumshad, but maybe when I meet him, I will say he is doing terrific job maintaining a, like, founding the company, educational company like that. Okay, so you prefer to that is better, right? So there are many sources, refer to them, will be good enough. Okay. And go to my LinkedIn article section, you will find the roadmap. Okay. Okay. And say how you learning. Good thing. So how you're learning DevOps and learn. See, I learned DevOps when I had a sudden requirement around 9 years back. So when 8, 9 years ago. So when I joined a company, and I mean, I developed their minimum viable product MVP. They asked me, Sandeep, you find the cloud DevOps engineer. And that time, of course, you understand the scarcity of that, and they are asking like huge money. And when I ask my client that how much money are they asking, I say, Sunday is a big thing. I don't want to tell you. And I offer them, what if I learn and can you give me at least half of the money of that? I said, okay, Sandeep, you do it, I will get it. So they make my money increase to good amount, and I learned that DevOps things. I get additional client working as a DevOps engineer. I was sharing my knowledge, skills, experiences. People coming and reaching out, Sandeep, can you implement this, that, and am making money out of that also. So it came as a requirement for me to learn DevOps and implement the application that I developed, scale that in a cloud, so that today is 1,000 US, tomorrow is 10,000, 30,000, 3 million customers should be able to handle your server, your infrastructure should able to handle the load. That was my requirement. Okay. And I built that. I am working for companies like that 8 years, 6 years, 4 years, 5 years. Some companies are hidden. I wanted to keep it hidden for good reasons. White level work, they give me money for maintaining also things. So it's good, like learning things. Learning DevOps was out of, like, not a kind of not a luxury, it was a requirement for me to sustain. Okay, because my company wanted to hire uh, cloud engineer and DevOps engineer, and they're charging huge to sustain the company, and of course to get additional money. I jump into learning DevOps and cloud, which made me good DevOps cloud engineer with so much good admirers, right? No, that is the thing. You need to find out. It could be your requirement. You have to survive. You have to find the good opportunity, or maybe your interest, or maybe you are good at it. You are not that great on programming, but you have some kind of programming knowledge. You have some kind of infrastructure. You want to work on the cloud side, more infrastructure automation. Then you move to DevOps. Now, everyone have their own goals. Everyone have their own preferability. Based on that, you make the choice. I'm not going to force you to learn cloud DevOps. Nobody should be doing that. It's your thing. You learn. You are interested in that. Come. You are finding. It's not like if you become a cloud DevOps engineer, you will make better than SD or you make less than SD. Based on the complexity of the project, based on the scope of the work, you get paid. That always should remember. Okay. And yeah, by the way, how I'm learning these days, working on the real life projects. Okay, that's how I'm learning things. Um, is it really helpful listening technically as professionally? Okay, thank you, thank you. Sure. In DevOps code, Java, no, Java is actually not needed. Even if, for example, the company that you're working for is a Java company, I don't see them. I don't see yet that they're asking you to also know Java. Because most cases, it's the Java engineers, or maybe you will work along with them to containerize the application, or maybe build a binary out of that, and that binary you run in your container. Okay, most cases, or maybe in some direct, do maybe utilizing some infrastructure, direct resource licensing, use the direct virtual machine. It's all depends on the use cases. There you don't need to learn Java, Spring Boot, but if you want to, you can, of course. For example, I am a DevOps engineer. I know very good JavaScript. I know very good Python. I know very good Rust. Now something happened with the cloud, say cloud DevOps thing. My field going to be, or maybe my field is overpopulated. Okay, just like what happened with the PHP my time back. Okay, so many PHP engineers, and I'm getting very hard. Like payment not getting bigger and better. Okay, so I saw, okay, JavaScript, let's jump to that. My salary got increased by 20%. Then I found, okay, like learning more and things and more actual client, it got increased more. So having multiple skill give you more doors that you can open, and you can get more opportunities. I think that's a good thing. If you are interested in learning Java, of course, no hard feeling, you should learn it. You can have an option in later on that you don't want to work with the DevOps thing, you want to become a programmer, go it. No bad thing. You are a programmer with a DevOps experience, you are valued. You're a valued engineer. You are a programmer with DevOps engineer, you're valued. Vice versa, you're a valued engineer. Okay, nothing bad out of that. But it's not a hard requirement to know Java. Most cases, Python and Go is enough. Okay, any backend is in general, but they will, most of the companies, I'll say 90% companies, seek as a DevOps engineer, want you to know either Python or the Golang, preferably Python. Okay, of course, but the fun part, Go engineers get paid more. Okay. Okay, thank you, Sunil. Okay, how much coding? Yeah, how much coding is a very controversial thing. Some people say more, some people say less. I will say it's all based on the project scope. If your project scope, they're asking you to do more coding, you do more coding. If project scope is less coding, you do less coding. You do work more on the maybe Kubernetes manifest side, Kubernetes management part, maybe continuation improvement, maybe it's the CI/CD, maybe you're running via the Jenkins or whatever it is. That improvements all depend on the client requirement. It's not your DevOps engineer doing a lot of programming. It's not like your DevOps engineer not doing programming. It's based on the client work scope. You're supposed to work on that. Okay, that is the real thing. I almost got those calls. Okay. Okay. Okay, so it's from saying that nowadays we see the what's your engineering expectation raise a lot, like topics like security. Yeah, that's true actually. So, and the problem is that we have the kind of not say fear, I would say, but we feel like missing out. Because if you think of the AI thing these days, there is a lot of things happening in the AI era on AI things, and as a DevOps engineer, you're feeling what the hell is happening? Like it's a chat GPT generating Kubernetes configuration, then do anybody need me to generate the Kubernetes manifest file, or need me to maintain the Kubernetes cluster, or need me to to do the Terraform coding? That kind of things coming, and that makes you mix that make you feel more insecure, right? But in reality is like business requirement is there that side, and what the code is getting generated like below, nothing common. It's the generating code which is bogus, very problematic, cannot work most of the time. What you can utilize as a DevOps engineer, for just giving a very vague view, that you can utilize this tool to quickly generating code or say configuration, then you optimize things, kind of saving time writing the basic stuff. Okay, maybe generating optimized thing that you customize as per your requirement. Okay, that kind of thing. Now there is ML and say security thing you should be aware of. That's a good thing. There are a lot of cloud based security features, or they say additional whatever you're doing, maybe Jenkins, maybe CI/CD, or maybe binary generation, maybe application security. You should focus on that. That's not a problem. ML part and AI part is kind of say if you want to become a ML engineer, you have to you are kind of you have to generate the modeling. You have to know be very good at math and stat. Okay, you don't want to become a fake ML or AI engineer who is just using other people's services. That people's service down, you are nowhere there. You are not a DevOps engineer. That's not how a DevOps how a ML and AI engineer work. ML and AI engineers who are very good at their work and they know what to do. I think Vavesh was explaining, discussing with the engineer. Vavesh is a good friend of mine. We're discussing how he's teaching, how he's learning, how he's doing the things. He's a ML engineer, and we're explaining like say as a ML engineer, you have to do kind of model building, and know you have to be very good at the mathematics stat part. You have to do that solution iteration intent and all these things. As a DevOps you don't know, and if you are not good at math and stat, you might find yourself a failure in that field. So you have to see you are up for that or not. Maybe because I found myself very good at cloud side, good at the programming side, good at the problem solving, and the this kind of DevOps works. Okay, I found I'm not that great at the AI part, but I can utilize the AI tools and do wonders. So you find what you can do with the things that is out of your hand, but you can utilize that some way or another. That is the thing you should focus, because as a DevOps engineer, for example, there is ChatGPT or maybe similar kind of things. You can deliver things faster using tools. You should be using it, but don't become overly dependent on the things go down. Say ChatGPT server go down, or like where to help, where to find help. That state you should not be in. Be self-sufficient, learn things, practice, and then when you have the opportunity to utilize tools to generate things faster, do it, but don't become overly dependent on it. Okay. Okay. Say I think. Oh, good question. Have you ever used the GenAI in DevOps environment? As a if you say Amazon Q for example is a thing, right? And most of the things are like a chat GPT kind of thing. You ask the thing to generate code, or say generate configuration and do, or maybe if you have problem, you just first usually used to go Google, right, and do the Stack Overflow. Now you go to first ChatGPT, see the paste the error and issue. They give some information that not working. You paste the error to Google Stack Overflow. You see there is something, and combine you make the solution. Previously it was only Google. Now additional step ChatGPT, then Google, then the Stack Overflow. So that's how things are happening. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. From what is saying that are you covered everything? I think most of the thing that you need to know, the crucial part is covered. Additional say Terraform plugin, but I was thinking of releasing yesterday and today. I say okay. Previous one is like in progress of indexing, so I was okay. Let it go on. Let it people have get the that video first, and then I will release. So I'll release. I think that only I think two or three things are remaining. I'll just release it one by one. No worries. But majority important parts already released. If you want to learn, go and implement for your DevOps use cases, you can do it. Mainly for the scripting part, that is already covered. Okay. Um, are DevOps engineer roles expected MLOps on GNI? Actually, not like that. You need to know about the tools, anything that's come and can make your process faster, but it's not mandatory. Okay. Okay. For Java, we need to hire Guru. Hire Guru. Java is a Guru is a Java guy. Okay. Okay. Knowing Golang, Docker, Git, C++ skill for 2 years will give you. It might be, it might not be. Communication play a good role. The kind of project you did in the 2 years, that play a project that play a good role. But if you do search enough, you do appear, keep appearing in different interviews. At least give 50 to 100, you'll definitely get 2 or 3. Okay, that's the mantra. Okay. By the way, guys, I think it's already time, and I have to do like a lot of other things, so I will be going down. By the way, it's good. I mean, we started the DS and Algo series. Tomorrow, I guess it's a daily series, right? Small bite-sized thing. Tomorrow, I'm going to release the video on 7:30 p.m. Every day, not every evening, 7:30 p.m. I will keep releasing the this DS and Algo series videos. Hope you will love it. Hope you'll you'll just support me on this. Okay, it's a long journey, and I'll be with you, you'll be with me, and keep giving feedback. Okay, that's important, because when I'm doing something, for example, I want to do edit by videos very good way. I can hire people, but hire people and then teach them how to do this thing, it's time taking part, which I'm in the process, but it'll take time. So it will be not that visually good, it will be not that visually appealing, but I want to cover the thing that is important for you. That's my requirement. Okay, I think that's it, guy. I know a lot of question you have. Maybe keep the question for the next session. We are going to have a lot of sessions, and my LinkedIn is open to DM. Anybody can do DM. Sometime I get overflow. Unfortunately, I cannot do much. But if not overflow, if coming good question coming, I will definitely answer. Okay. So if you are new to my channel, please do subscribe. Please do like the video. Share this video with others. If you're already existing subscriber, keep supporting me. See you soon in my next video. Bye bye and good night. Bye. Enjoy the weekend. Okay.